Hello and welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. My name is Desiree DeMars, and I thought for today what I'd like to do is do the whole ceremony from the opening to the reading. Just so it gives you an opportunity to do the same, to just take time for a brief meditation, centering and calling in of the divine and sacred. So, wherever you are, just take a few deep breaths and relax, allowing your jaw to relax as you exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Sending a signal to your body to relax completely. And then gently allow your heart center to open and be receptive to the healing, to the guidance, to the wisdom that comes in today through reading these sacred symbols or reading the bones. Let's begin by imagining up above, from where we are sitting or standing, that this beautiful, brilliant white light is coming down from the heavens, surrounding us and moving through us all the way down to the center of the earth, to the core essence of the divine feminine, this iron molten core of planet Earth. And as you ground, as you deepen your relaxation even further, you can just imagine your body is now synchronizing with the pulse of the earth, the frequency of the earth, and this frequency of iron, beginning to create this alchemy within you. The alchemy of iron, which did not exist on this planet until the stardust from collisions of supercluster fell to the earth. And when that stardust fell to earth and was activated by single cell life forms here on earth that assimilated the sun and generated a process called chlorophyll production. This chlorophyll created oxygen, carbon dioxide process, which we are a part of, the receiving of the oxygen from the carbon dioxide, from this green energy, this heart-based energy. Feel your alignment with that too, with the green, the courage in your heart to take a stand for truth, take a stand for being the light. And as you feel that energy flow up from the mother, just imagine all of the chakras become activated. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Joy, peace, courage. Just feel that, the courage in the heart to move forward, to heal, to release the old. And then the gratitude at the throat chakra, the humility, and the third eye, the humility that it takes to know the truth, to stand in the truth, and to be one with the source of all that is. Feel that humility flow upwards into that divine and sacred space of love, divine love, connecting with the ascended masters, the angelic realms, all those higher realms, the superconscious, this field, this collective field of information, of creative life force. Just feel yourself merging with that as if it were a fountain generated through the movement of this toroidal field that you have within you and within every cell, organ, and tissue in your body. Just feel the power in that, the power of being a co-creator with all that is, with your superconscious field. Infinite, immortal, everlasting. And then imagine a golden pyramid above your head and this divine and sacred essence, ribbon, or thread of golden light coming through that central channel, expanding out, bursting forth like a big bang within you. The masculine and feminine coming together, merging at the heart, aligning the heart, the head, and the gut. These power centers of love, light, truth, beauty, and wisdom. And feel yourself simply being with that, whatever that means for you, just being in that field of radiance, in that piezoelectric field that is also generated from our bones every moment that we're walking, moving, expressing ourselves. This truth of who we are as radiant, divine light shines forth through these bones, through our ancestors, through the DNA that lives in our body, that exists in our body, that exists in all of creation. And then imagining this divine and sacred energy not only filling your body, flowing through your toroidal field, but flowing out from the space that you sit, out into the room, out past the room, through the building, and into the land, onto the land where your ancestors once walked. Where these first peoples first came to this land, discovered and were nourished by it, and gave of their lives and of their knowing and understanding, their wisdom, gave of their lives so that the next generation would have life. So again, let's feel that essence of gratitude and appreciation. Filling our hearts with gratitude for this life, this light within us. And within this sacred space, this sacred circle, let us call in all of the directions, the east, the west, the south, the north, above, below, and the middle. All of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, and this divine energy that's flowing in now from the I don't know if it's the Kuiper belt. Well, that is happening too, but this field of brilliant white light that we are now moving through in the cosmos, that is simultaneously activated by the Great Attractor. The Great Attractor allowing this transfiguration to happen as we release. Take a few breaths. Let's just imagine that this divine light that we are being now activated with as we go through this field of light in our solar system that we have never gone through before. Feel how that activates and stimulates us internally on a cellular level to allow the release And then the great attractor is like the cosmic vacuum, sucking away, transfiguring anything that is ready to release, transform, and evolve. Just feel that alchemy happening around you, within you. For it's happening within the earth simultaneously. And so it is that we are all flowing through this divine and sacred, this powerful cosmic transformation. So let us call in all of our guides, angels, and teachers for this journey into communication, wisdom, and guidance. The magical and the mystical, the guardian spirits, known and unknown. Come and be with us. Come and be with us as we sit in this sacred circle. Come and be with us, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers, and all essences of life form on this planet that we may not always recognize, but that we are continuously surrounded with, and enable our lives to flow in the manner that it does. Come and be with us. Sit in this sacred circle of gratitude and appreciation for the simplicity of being and being one with direct source, our superconscious. Feel that shift of awareness from a carbon-based essence to a crystalline structure. Allow the pituitary gland to be open and flowing, receptive, an internal portal that is receiving and taking energy in. And then again, affirming that all of our chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. And then last but not least, calling in all of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life, transcended, and are now here working on our behalf. Come and be with us, all of those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. Come and be with us as we sit in receptivity for this divine and sacred communication. These sacred symbols activated by the essence of our highest, our wisest, of all that is. And may these blessings that are bestowed upon us through this wisdom that we gather today not only benefit us, but benefit all those we come in contact with and all those who will come after us. In full faith, so be it. Aho. So I'm going to rattle just for a few moments and whistle a bit, just to affirm this calling in, this receiving, this invitation. And then I'll have you blow into the basket along with me. then blowing your essence into the basket 3 times. Again, acknowledging the life force in the breath, the essence of the wind. Then I'm going to tilt the screen forward so that you can see the cloth. Let's see if I can get most of it in without the computer. And I'll do my best to adjust if needed during the reading. One went flying off. If I can find it, I'll grab it. See what that says. Oh, yeah, okay. And I also added another light, so hopefully you'll be able to see the symbols even better, because I know sometimes the quality is not great on the YouTube channel. So the piece that went flying out was a abalone, or yeah, I think that's abalone, a little pearly piece of a symbol of a cross, which is representative of the chakra above the crown. So that's very interesting. That's kind of what I was picking up on earlier about, just really aligning and opening up our chakras, especially the essence of the Ascended Masters, the angelics today. That seems to be a part of the message here already. So looking at the pieces today on this beautiful afternoon of Friday, January 14th, 2022. One of the things I noticed first is it's very unusual. This this little ancestor, which represents actually a child on the paternal side, and it's resting up against dragon's blood, frequency Neptune. Fascinating. An ancient one. And it's very close to the inquiry today, whatever your inquiry was. So just notice if there's an ancestor, it would be like a young boy. And of course, we know it could be a past life, a present life, maybe even a future life if there's a child on the way. So just this essence, maybe it's all about that childlike essence too within us on our masculine side. The side that is seeking clearing, cleansing, healing with this dragon's blood. And actually this pointer here, the drum beat, here we go again, the higher essence, this little silver basket, Ascended Masters, angelics. The pointer is pointing directly at this dragon's blood and this piece representative of frequency. So it's about, okay, this is a beautiful message. So how often do we allow ourselves to be in the frequency of the innocent, or the innocence within us, that childlike aspect of ourselves that is directly connected to our ancient ones? This is the maternal ancient ancestors, and they are resting. She is resting on the planet Mars. Wow. Okay, planet Mars, and then this beautiful piece here, this petrified piece of sea lily, a joint in the sea lily, if you can imagine. I mean, this thing has some weight to it too, which is incredible. So these giant sea lilies that touched the ocean floor with their roots, yet rose up to the surface and had the lotus flower, which is amazing, but yet had the flexibility to flow and bend, provide nourishment and shelter to creatures below the surface, but also be flexible. That's the message. Allow yourself to be flexible. Allow yourself to be human during this time when Mars, we're all activated right now by wanting to move forward, this forward movement. which is very interesting though, because I think it was today, let's see, the 14th. Yeah, I believe today is Mercury Retrograde. So I would say, ooh, I'm getting chills. This message is, there's something in the air about this drive and this pulse or this push to want to move forward into the future. But there's a reminder from the ancient ones here to tap into your childlike innocence. If you can recall that aspect of being childlike within yourself, it's not about pushing and making something happen, right? Uh-oh, I just lost my light. Oh, I think my battery went. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, okay, so I hope you can still see well. Let me see. I'm going to try to pull another light in, my backlight here, and see if that'll help a little bit. But, to continue with the essence of the message here, this is the Earth. This is, Pluto, kaboom. I know we're all getting affected by Pluto right now too. So this change that is inevitable, that is really happening to bring us into a place of evolution, Buddha, this enlightenment that what was Buddha's discovery? It was about suffering, about not needing to suffer in order to be conscious, in order to be aware. So let's hope this little light helps a bit here. I was liking the way that was looking. Okay, see if I can increase the volume. I think it's up all the way. So just bear with technical. That's Mercury retrograde, I'm telling you. Okay, so that's a beautiful opening message. So with this inquiry that you received today, just know you're protected. It's part of a cleansing process, part of a detoxification. That's the letting go of the old. But staying in this place of innocence, connected to the heart. This is drum below here. Below the surface, that's where the heartbeat lies. That's where the truth is. These higher truths are there within the heart, within the heartbeat, telling us to align with that natural rhythm of the heart. And this interesting line that's flowing out from the inquiry in this direction that we've been going also is talking about your power animals and it's time. Here's a timekeeper just saying, be open and receptive to the time. It's a time for receiving. And here's the other ancient one. What a beautiful configuration. We have the ancient ones on the paternal side, touching your mother, transfiguration, mother's grandfather, mother's father, your grandfather. So your mother, your grandfather, your mother's father, right on top of transfiguration. Boy, I was thinking about transfiguration all morning when I was doing a recode for myself. And it's all about, this tapping into the feminine lineage is about passion, rekindling the passion. And below that, I don't know, you probably can't see it well, but it's a little wish token with a star at the center. So wish big, make a wish. This is what is right at the center point of this configuration here today. Allow the support from those that surround us, from these creatures who are going through, some are going through mass extinction right now. Really honor the process of those creatures and living resources that were here for us to enable us to have the air to breathe, the soil to grow food, this land for us to place roots into, which is beautiful. Just as I said that I see this piece here is all about community. So, tapping into your local community, really appreciating the land, the creatures, the people. And know that a big part of this process right now, I think especially with this retrograde, is about soul retrieval. This heart, this little turquoise heart, is touching and resting another ancient ancestor, but also touching Venus. So what is it? What is your truth and beauty? What do you stand for? Or what stands for truth and beauty for you? And whatever does not align with that, it is time to let go and allow yourself to receive these pieces again. Your own truth, your beauty, your ability to deepen the level of self-love that you had. And this is amulet. So this is about, creating your medicine, being your own medicine, trusting your intuition. In fact, this is the piece that represents you, whoever is receiving this information, this message. Yep. And it's right next to a piece here. This coin represents abundance. And this is the sun. So, and here's angelics. This solar activation that we're feeling, that we're all having, even the planet Earth and the sun, moon, and stars around us are all experiencing this simultaneously. Just allow that knowing of an evolutionary process that is unfolding within us and around us into higher realms, preparing us to become ancestors. That is the truth. This life is all about the preparation, the choice that we made to come into a soul in this life, here it is, physical form, to be of understanding. This is like my little canary in the coal mine frog. He's upside down. Shift perspectives. Sometimes we need to slow down or rise above in order to see the bigger picture, the whole truth. And in so doing, we will have an amazing influx of passion, of energy, of fire. This is our second chakra, of the ability to co-create, to be the creator that we came in to be, and to bring forth that greater vision, this vision that we all had on some level. And that doesn't mean everybody has to have a vision of being whatever, the guru, the guiding force, the president of the United States, whatever that is. It has nothing to do with power, but it has everything to do with the essence of being this light, of being the inner vision that we came in with as a soul. And this is bear claw, which tells me then that this little configuration here with the vision is all about taking time for introspection. That is also a part of retrogrades, right? Whatever planet, and some of you have multiple planets right now in retrograde. So it's all about then just revisioning, revitalizing, refreshing, all the redoing. So what a beautiful message so far. And then just kind of going back here though to the inquiry, just to say these aspects of Saturn, speaking your truth, looking within. It's interesting because we have Eagle Condor looking directly into the inquiry. Instead of looking out, he's saying, look within and really reflect on the structures in which you live. What kind of structures have you created and you made a choice? I had a group Zoom call earlier today and we were doing a recode, and that was definitely a part of the amazing, it was so moving, it was powerful. People were in tears today. Thank you, Trish, for guiding us on that journey. And in fact, I got a message today when I did my practice in the morning and was doing a recode for myself prior to the group session. I heard that what is needed in these YouTube offerings is not just these readings, but I would be doing kind of my version of a recode. I think I'd like to weave a few of those in so you get a sense of what the recode and working with the superconscious is as a superconscious creator. Because I feel like it's impacted my life with just amazing power, potential, and magic. So yes, and here we go. Here's Horse saying, moving out, expand the vision outward. and see what's going on from out here in, rather always from the inside out. Because truthfully, the process is not personal, it's something much greater. That's hard to wrap our brains around. That's what made me think of the recode session earlier today, was that, we'd like to believe that we're always the victim and everything's happening to us, and all that stuff out there is the bad guy, or the the negative, or if they just woulda, shoulda, coulda. That kind of the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Even on ourselves, not necessarily just others. Just dumping on ourselves, being hard on ourselves, not giving ourselves any compassion, any time and space for introspection. And if we can do that, be more introspective, the gifts are unbelievable. We have the 6, kind of this on the dice. It's, what do we have? Oh, we have a 10, completion, the 6 and the 4. Yes, and alignment here. You have alignment, aligning with the higher source, aligning with your star nations, with your true ancestry, right? The star that you are. And here it is, right next to the great mystery. Talking stick, speak your truth. And this, I don't know, you just can't make this stuff up. This is so beautiful. We have the great great grandparents and the great greats and the great great greats. All the great greats are here, both the masculine and feminine, the maternal and the paternal. The maternal are the red pieces, the blue are the paternal. And right on top, talking stick, with its belly open, with its energy up and out, saying, share that which is the ancient wisdom, the ancient knowledge from the star nations, from who you truly are as an ancient one. We are all ancient ones because we've come from all that is. So speak your truth. Share it with the world, or at least share it with those you love. Because I know it can be challenging sometimes to share it with those we love if they're not on the same path, at least in the same timing, same frequency, same timing. But just trust. Trust actually that here, there's a spiritual cycle here. There's a cycle here happening. And this is your grandfather on your father's side. Kind of giving you a heads up towards this vision, a nudge toward moving to creating, manifesting this greater vision for yourself. Even if it's as simple as just being more loving, being the predominant creative force in your life, choosing health and vitality. Simple things, but so powerful. Power in the simplicity of standing in your truth, grounding yourself in this greater wisdom, this ancient aspect of yourself that is here, both the ancient ones, masculine and feminine. That's where we're headed. Equilibrium, equanimity, unity in diversity. I've been hearing that for a couple of years now. Its time has come. Sure enough, because we have third eye, heart, base chakra, already just ready to align with divine love, these higher essences, higher energies through this rebirth that we're going through. And a part of the rebirth here is this little heart-shaped dagger is representing this cutting away, letting go of. And what's really beautiful is next to this idea of rebirth, it's resting on the element of earth, and it is Jupiter. Magnification. Here is the grandmother on your father's side. Paternal grandmother. Here's your father. Masculine and feminine. Amplify that balance, that equilibrium, that equanimity, that unity within you. Drop all resistance to the truth, to the inner truth of who you are, and let that light shine in just the smallest of ways, and it will amplify itself, because the ancestors and all of those guiding us here and now are supporting us 100%, and helping us create a new foundation. This half shell is all about here, it's resting on ceremony. It's really encouraging us to do ceremony, and just like this is ceremony. daily ceremony of being in gratitude and appreciation. This blueprint is about the information that we came in to express, to experience, and new foundations are being created. And in fact, here are the ancient ones, paternal ancient ones, the masculine. Beautiful. Ha! And what's right next to that is Uranus. Bam! Sudden unexpected. It's just a foretelling of, more to come. That is going to be coming. Sudden and unexpected. Just like the weather is telling us. The animals know. Our power animals know that. And here we have turtle. Amplifying that wisdom, saying the sudden and unexpected is on its way, is inevitable. So you know what? Speak your truth. Here's your throat chakra. And when you find yourself on a fork in the road, what is the best thing to do? Well, the answer is reflect. First reflect, tap into the heart, and then choose. Because this is Mercury. Again, to speak and express your truth. This is the shaman. This is the element of air. This is the mind, the balanced mind. This is buffalo, community. Taking in what is available for us to receive. And this is beautiful. Right next to the shaman we have the element of air and the element of water. Air and water. How interesting. Water resting on the other, resting on this divine union with the self. Let me pull this back a little bit. Divine union with the self and bringing our power back, right? Our power back in alignment and equality with the other. This is the other. Could be our partner, could be a friend, could be a neighbor, an unknown person yet to come into our life. But here it is, our third chakra. Feel all of the feelings. This is something we talked about this morning too in the recode. Sometimes when you have these awarenesses and these revelations, and believe me, sometimes these revelations come when you least expect it because they bring up a lot of old stuff, old baggage, old sorrows, old regrets, that kind of thing. Choices that were made which we would no longer make, but just allow the emotion to flow and let it go. Just let it move through you. It's a process. Wow, and this is a fascinating configuration. We have the key that somehow got itself right into the little tail end here of this little lizard or salamander, which is all about transformation. So that's what I would say. The key is what? Don't worry. The salamander represents this aspect of being able to recreate itself, right? If the tail gets broken off or damaged, it can grow a new tail, and so can we. We can regrow. We can recreate ourselves. We are that powerful. We are that powerful, and it's touching the moon. It's touching the dark side of the moon, that shadow side. And that is happening. This is all unfolding on the level of our DNA. This little red coral is about the DNA. Because that is truly what's happening. With this DNA being affected by these solar rays that we are now in, the sun, all these flares and other things unknown, this amplification of light coming into us, this is creating the transfiguration. Literally, we are changing before our own eyes. I feel that so much lately. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, what? Who is that? I don't recognize myself sometimes. I'm just embracing who you're becoming, remembering again that it's a process. It is hard to remember that because usually our nature, our human nature, and so much of our social conditioning is about getting it all now, like having everything now and having it all now, and not having to go through the process, the preparation, the ceremony, the initiation. And even with initiation, even if we are becoming initiated through this transfiguration, we are actually still in process with the integration once we have received the download. There is still integration. There is integration for this sacred cycle that needs to be completed. That sacred cycle. Everything moves in cycles. Everything moves in a toroid. And in fact, anything that I'm saying and kind of talking about in this 3D way, I mean, that's one thing that I hope can be transferred in the beauty of these objects is they are not 3D. So just know that you are also receiving amplified healing energy through the configuration, through the sacred geometry of not only the entire shape that's formed here, but each shape itself and what it stands for. Aho. And then to kind of complete things, beautiful, coming around full circle here, through this sense, this information that came through the key was, where is the lock? And the lock here is saying that's what's been locked or blocked, has been speaking our truth. What has happened to the truth? I will tell you, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I went through a divorce, and that was the reason why. There was no truth in that relationship, honestly. And then, of course, I had to track it all the way to the beginning of realizing, wow, I realized there was no integrity in this partner that I was with. But I stayed in the relationship anyway. So there you go. And so my journey unfolded after that and is here now. Speaking truth, letting it open itself, and in so doing, recreating the self from this beautiful feminine aspect that is often in the dark and unseen, from the unseen, on the unknown. And isn't that the way we're all brought into this world? We are all born from the dark and coming into light. Which makes me think of one of my beautiful teachers who has passed, but Hank Wesselman. So this is a little shout out to you, Hank, on the other side. Just, I remember he had a quote about, this life is like, we're like the film of the photograph, developing the film of a photo. We start out in the dark and it brings out the light. The development process brings out the light. It brings out the image. It's like if you've ever done any kind of creative project, you know that often Design 101 is about creating or observing the negative space around what you're actually looking at in order to see it. But maybe you can't see it directly, but you can see the negative, quote unquote, negative space. Not that it's bad, just that it is the no space, which we now know from neuroscience and neuroscience studies that the no space, shout out to Dr. Joe Dispenza, the no space is teeming with life. The no space is the creative source of all that is the great mystery, bringing us into alignment, into higher levels, higher frequencies, higher realms of being, knowing, and understanding. Wow. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just taking one more glance to see if anything jumps out at me to share, but I feel like that was a full plate today. That was phenomenal. So, 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 so beautiful. Yeah, a lot of this is going on in the home too. This is one thing that kind of stood out with me. This little black toe is a tip of a deer toe, and it's about, again, the home, this place of innocence within us, the home within us, and allowing it to have all of its feelings and thoughts. They're all okay. There's nothing broken. There's nothing to fix. There's no problem to solve. It's just about being your own medicine. And that allows balance of mind and enables us to move forward in a more conscious way. Wow. Okay. Well, I thank you all for the inspiration of this reading because I'm always graced by what comes from it. I love that about it. The the magic and the mystery of the unknown and what it's here to bring forward in our life, to bring forth, so that we too might move forward in our lives. So, with that said, thank you all. Um, I'll just also add, one more plug for the Incredible Shift Network. All the people that are involved in creating their programs, courses, and the summit that is coming up, of which I will be a guest speaker for the Ancestral Healing Summit, which will be running. It'll be airing from January 18th through the 21st. My interview will be on Friday, February 21st, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I've got links on my website, and I'll be sure to put a link here in YouTube for the Ancestral Healing Summit. And if you're interested in a personal reading, a one-on-one session of either just a sacred symbols reading, a bones reading, or a combination of ancestral healing, shamanic healing work, I am happy and excited to work with you. So you can just contact me through my website and we can set up an appointment, or you can do so online. I've got an online booking scheduler. So feel free to contact me. Feel free to make likes or comments, or if you have questions or you have a topic or an inquiry that you would like addressed, I would be more than happy to do that in one of these YouTube episodes. So with that said, thank you all for joining me again, and it's Desiree signing out. Have a peace-filled day.